Aloha, this is your mean squirrel, here with a quick disclaimer. This podcast contains explicit content and parental discretion is advised. So no bitching if you fucking get offended by anything. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Some great dance
old man
moves.
groove going on.
Ladies and gentlemen. Wow. We got the Suave Squirrel back on the podcast, and while that song is playing, we had him doing like the OG like ghetto house party boogie down to the and folks, as if you couldn't already hear, we got the Bratty Squirrel back. Yay!
I left the house.
Oh, no shit. Oh, okay. So, great news, ladies and gentlemen. The Bratty Squirrel has had her first dose of the Pfizer vaccine.
All right.
Yay!
I'm still trying to get my first.
When's yours?
No, I live no more than 2 minutes away from a Walgreens, and they're booked.
Book it at a different one.
Unfortunately, my car
Yes.
broke down. So it's gonna take me a while.
We took an Uber. We took an Uber to it because the one closest to our house,
They were full.
Yeah.
they were full. So we went to the one that was like a mile and a half away. Took an Uber,
And there was another one that was like way west.
yeah, or we could have gotten it on the strip, whatever. But yeah,
But
Yeah.
my first time being
Yeah,
out,
like-
I didn't want to go to the Cootie Strip.
right.
Dude, I was spraying everything. If I could have sprayed people because there were like some homeless people in there, I would have sprayed them.
Yeah. I mean, we were sitting there and I'm watching her like eyeing everybody that comes within like 50 feet of her. Like, can the spray reach? Will it get you? Maybe.
No, I have yes on the double decker because I was doing Boulder Highway. This guy smelled like he was rolling. He rolled around in nothing but like really old oil.
Oh. Oh, that nasty, like, sweaty mechanic smell?
Yes.
That one. Yeah. Like, and I get it. I mean, some people find that smell of that aroma of fresh from a hard day's work attractive. But I'm sorry, when you smell like old, funky oil and sweat, that just, my stomach turns. It's just, ugh.
You saw what happened to me. Did you see my post?
The whatever that gunk was on the bus.
Yes.
What was that?
It looked like bile. Like
Ew.
they dried me, and all that came out was bile.
Oh man, that sucks balls. Or does
And it was gonna be my. I literally was, doing a relief inspection of the bus, and I go, and that's the first thing I see,
Oh.
and I'm
man.
like, damn, I know what's exactly going to happen.
Oh man, that blows. And it doesn't blow because it happened. What blows is when it happened. If you get something like that, you want it in the middle of the day, or even better, on your last trip. If you can get something like that to happen on your last trip, your day's over. Like, you're just like, well, I got a bio, and okay, well, just bring the bus back to the yard. You're done. Come home early. But
Yeah, this first week on Boulder Highway, because I have it 3 days,
mm-hmm.
it went from bad to worse. I mean, one of the rear tires on a bicycle that was on the bike rack, I went through construction, boom, the rear tire on the bike fell off and I ran over it.
Well, not your responsibility. In fact, it's very clearly stated where they put up the bikes that we are not responsible for any damages on the bikes. So, oops.
Yeah. I missed the on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bio, I missed the trip on that one.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's been a week.
Is the smell still lingering in your nose?
What's that?
Is the smell still lingering in your nose?
No, now today it clicked in me. You know what? I better buy some air freshener.
What was your trick that you do? You put a little bit of the sanitizer on your hand and wipe it on the outside of your mouth.
Especially the Bath and Body Works hand sanitizers, because they smell good. Put some on your hands and then use it on the mouth.
Not like the vodka jizz that you guys get at work.
Dude, that stuff that they give us is straight up smells like fucking vodka. I almost said tastes like vodka. No, I have not drunk the sanitizer for any of my coworkers that are listening. I have not been drinking the sanitizer while on duty. At all. Like, I haven't been drinking it at all. Not even just on duty. But, okay, so Freudian slips. Apparently, she's been turning every single thing I say into something like straight out of a bad
porn. He just doesn't know how to speak. And the other day, I seriously told him, dude, will you go to the bathroom or lock yourself up in your room and rub one out? Because everything that came out of his mouth was wrong. I was like, I got all kinds of lotions for you, if you want a little bit more oily lotion, one with a little bit more friction, shit. Please go rub one out so we can have a normal conversation.
Oh.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it was like one of those conversations, like, I've always thought it was the funniest thing in the world. Conversations that you could hear, and if you don't see the people having the conversation, sounds completely wrong.
Yeah, and you never know. When you hear the conversation, you think, okay, what does this person look like?
Right.
And then you get out at the same time, and you think you assume the person is a certain way, and then they're the complete opposite.
Exactly.
The other day, we were going to order from Post Hate because now they got so many fees now, it's unreal. But he said Porto subs. I heard porno subs. I was like, what? Their fucking bread is shaped like dick? And then you get 2 sliders on the end for balls? What the fuck?
Where is your mind, okay? I didn't say anything dirty at all. She's turning it all porn.
I should start writing down every freaking thing he says that sounds wrong.
Misheard phrase of the week. That'll be your homework over the week. Misheard phrase of the week. It gets bad sometimes. It really, really gets bad sometimes.
I gotta say this real quick. I'm gonna really love this bit because now I could do this with you guys, more on Thursdays and whatnot. Yeah.
Even better. You've had your vaccine, yeah?
No, not yet. I'm still trying to get number 1.
Oh, shit. in a couple of weeks, Brandy's going to be fully vaccinated.
You're just gonna have to Uber now, mister.
Take an Uber. Take an Uber.
Or utilize what you do for work.
Bah, we do get to ride the bus for free.
Yeah, true.
So schedule it at whatever Walgreens you can get your ass into.
That is on the nearest path, so you don't have to transfer or walk far.
I'm off of Eastern, so there's tons of them.
Yeah, just pick one that's on a bus route near you and go to town. But
well, not go to town. Like, don't traumatize the women in the Walgreens or CVS or wherever.
No, you're the traumatized one. No, okay,
so into my mouth.
So it was hilarious. It was hilarious though, because when we're sitting in the Walgreens, she's talking in tongues, and like the three people that were sitting outside the fucking booth where she's getting her shot.
I walked in, I'm like, she goes, I haven't had anybody scream yet today, and he's all, you're about to.
And it's funny because, like, she opened the door, and it's like she was making noise before the needle even got close to her.
I was whining. I needed some cheese, and nobody threw it over to the booth.
And then, like, 20 feet away, there's a person at the register that was like, who's screaming?
I mean, I hate
I love when I donate blood.
I can't donate blood. I wouldn't be able to get that giant fucking catheter in my vein to, like, the boogie on down as soon as you start to poke.
I love seeing that needle go into my vein, and then seeing the blood go, and then the plasma and all.
Dude, I'm with you. I watched the entire time. The needle goes in. I'm like, ooh, cool. How's that?
I can watch tattoos, but.
I would joke with the people who would do the plasma. I go, if you want to go a little faster, come on, right here, right in the neck. Come on, right here. I'm good.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. One time I had to do, before I got declared disabled, they wanted me to do this one test where it had to be the complete opposite side of the body. So they were going to do some kind of x-ray thing, and it wasn't a CAT scan. I don't even remember what kind of fucking scan it was, but it was up here. And so homeboy starts looking at my foot. I said, you better fucking get that dang idea right the hell out of your head, because I will kick you in the goddamn teeth. I said, you can put it on the opposite hand, because it was on, I forget, it was on one side. Or was it this side? It was when I...
And she's doing like this funky dance, trying to figure out what...
I remember how I pulled that Z-Rack. Hey. No dogging on the homemade hula. But yeah, it was when I was still working retail, and I had to pull. They were telling me I literally had to overstack this Z-Rack, and they were telling me to pull it, and it was way overpacked, and it was way over, OSHA.
Right.
But those asshats, when the insurance went to go check everything, they made everything look legit. So I couldn't bring up any kind of case or whatnot. But because I was on workman's comp, they had to pay for all my bills anyway.
Right, because you were injured while in the line of duty.
So that's why this shoulder messes with me. That's why my shoulder's stuck.
Man.
Like, out of nowhere, years and years and years later, I'm like, all right, that's how high as it goes.
Yeah.
You know what? And it's funny you should say that, because my right shoulder, I think, is popping out somehow, because the bone right here sticks. If I just sit like this, you'll see the bone here, but this one over here is perfect. I think it's like
Is it
somewhat
your
dislocated.
shoulder or your collarbone, your clavicle?
It's the shoulder. No, the collarbone is right here. I'm talking way over here.
It's all the way over here, and you
So-
have a top rib right
So
up
you may
here,
have at
too.
some point torn a rotator cuff.
And so, hopefully next week I'm gonna go.
Either that or you
to a
need to
chiropractor.
slow down on the Fast and Furious Fisty Fiesta.
No, that worked perfectly.
Dude, it's a marathon, not a sprint, okay? Take your time and enjoy it.
Remember, I got lots of lotions. I got lotions. You know, if you got eczema or psoriasis down there, you can flake it off.
Right. Yeah.
Exfoliant.
So in the past couple of weeks, and this is going to come out next week, so we're actually still relatively close. In the next last week, we had 2 major cinematic releases.
Oh yes.
The Zack Snyder's Justice League cut.
We had to watch it in pieces
Batman.
because I can't
Yeah,
sit
definitely.
for long periods of time. So, and my brother didn't know, so I talked to him this past Sunday, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna watch Falcon and Winter Soldier tonight, and then we're gonna watch Zack Snyder cut on Monday." I was like, "Oh, you may want to reschedule that to the weekend because it's 4 hours long, dude." He's
I
like, "What?"
watched from 10 p.m. till 2 a.m.
And plus he works early shift at the power plant, so he can't, because he's a thermal engineer for the electric company.
Yeah.
Back
Dude,
in Hawaii.
I don't understand why DC or whoever the studio was, why didn't they
Warner
do
Brothers.
2 parts for Justice League? Hello, I mean, those who are Harry Potter.
They did Zack Snyder dirty. The reason why he left
They did.
was because there was a death in one of his parents had passed away.
Yeah.
They could have just gave him a month off, to do what he got to do and then come back and do what he wanted to do. But they didn't want to give him the time allotted that he wanted. They wanted 2 hours and that was it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And-
No, that 4 hours was it could have been done in 2 parts and it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
I
and,
mean-
It's
the
like how
thing
they
is
did Deathly Hallows, like how you were saying Harry Potter.
is the original plan was that they were going to do it in 2 parts.
I mean, they even did it with Twilight. Hello.
The original, yeah. The original plan was that they were going to do it in 2 parts. What happened though was because
What had happened was,
because it's in a streaming format, they're like, well, fuck it, let's just release it as one whole piece, and people can pause it wherever the fuck they want.
and then we could actually see Henry Cavill's real upper lip.
Instead of that bad CG to get rid of the mustache when they
because
called
he
him
was-
back.
He was contractually obligated to keep the freaking mustache because they called him back in for reshoots while he was doing Mission Impossible at the same time.
Yep.
And he went and he was talking and his fucking upper lip was like a little bit to the right.
It was bad.
I'm
It was bad. And you know what's worse though is that I'm seeing people. Now we both watched the Zack Snyder cut, and it was nothing shy of miraculously better than the original version of Justice League.
Better because it flowed perfectly.
Right.
He had chapters.
They could have done without the ending. To me, the ending was
Yeah.
you could give or take that ending.
Well,
But-
and the thing with it is that ending leads us to what is coming up
With
next
Darkseid.
with Darkseid, and they are bringing in the multiverse into the DCU.
The bogus Thanos.
Yeah, Yeah, they're bringing in the multiverse. But
and then you go to Falcon and Winter Soldier. What was up with Eddie the Eagle as freaking Captain America at the end? I don't know if you've ever seen the movie or know about Eddie the Eagle. He was the special needs guy who.
Hold on, didn't they see the ski jumper?
Yeah.
I remember that. But yeah, one of my friends on Facebook.
Like Eddie the fucking Eagle.
Chris Evans to this shit.
Right, you go from Lantern Jaw, Chris Evans with this, the perfect jawline and the manly man, to
how are you? I'm going to be Captain America.
I told my friend, oh my god, I said the Captain America, his nose and chin came out first than he did.
Right.
And on top of it, it looks like he needs dentures.
That's what I said.
Oh God, no, and
you couldn't even see his eyeballs. It was like the helmet was too tight for his head, so everything was trying to squish out the eyes and the mouth.
Oh my god! I took a drink of my wine, and as soon as you said that, I had to cover up. I didn't want to.
And speaking of wine, I'm actually running with some Crown Royal Vanilla.
Not mine. I made him get his own because he's a lush, so he doesn't take So my limited edition holiday salted caramel Crown Royal is in the freezer. Because porno subs over here almost drank half of my bottle. I'm like, oh hell no.
So we're hitting like so many different of the superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
WandaVision.
Oh.
You know for a fact.
I almost quit watching that movie from the first 2 episodes. I'm like, what is this BS?
I love the way they went from sitcom to sitcom to sitcom to sitcom.
And afterwards, everybody was like, you gotta keep watching it. You gotta keep watching it. So I'm like,
I can't wait for next season.
There won't be one.
There isn't gonna be one.
There isn't one. That was a limited series.
Because they're all...
The look on your face is classic.
Oh! Oh, boy.
Oh, hell no.
But that's leading directly into Doctor Strange.
Because now she's...
Well, not only that, also Captain Marvel. Now they're going to have Monica. What are her powers going to be? Because she, what kind of stuff can she do now?
Because she went in and out of the bubble many times, and it changed her
3 times.
Mm-hmm.
It took her a hot minute to understand who she was, though. Took Brandy a hot minute to understand who she was. She was what's-her-face's daughter from the Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And
Trouble.
Yeah. But and the reason why it was really hard to start WandaVision was because that first 2 episodes, I'm like, dude, if I want to watch an episode of Bewitched, I'll turn on fucking Bewitched.
They had Bewitched. They had the Brady Bunch.
They had the Brady Bunch, and then they
Family
had...
Ties.
Whatchamacallit? Full House.
Full House, yeah.
Yeah, they had the Full House thing going. Then they had, oh God, what was the, they went straight Everybody Hates Raymond type thing there for a minute. So I mean, they covered all the major sitcom things, and they did that well. And I thought that was a really cool touch. But until the weird shit started happening, I was like, well, I've seen these before.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it took out. It was really slow at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and then just as it about halfway, it started really picking up.
And making
Like,
sense.
damn.
Right.
She was protecting
wonder-
herself. She created her own world.
Yeah. Here's the thing. What happened to the new Vision?
The white
He
vision.
took off.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because now he has the memories of the old Vision,
Uh-huh.
the original Vision.
Yep.
So what's going to happen there? Where is he going to show up? Everyone who.
And can we use
through
dry erase markers on him?
How are they? How are they going to change?
I'm such a dick.
And then here's the question: since they activated the memories in him, is he Vision?
No, because both, the Vision inside the Hex and the new Vision, they were saying, which is real. Neither is real because, one is made up from a memory. The other one was made from pure design. Neither has their real memories.
Right. And it got like those two, because of what they are, they got like super philosophical on each other, and that's why they stopped fighting.
Yeah.
They're like, well, hold on.
I thought it was totally funny when they brought in Quicksilver from X-Men.
Oh God.
to
dude.
play.
Yes.
And me and my brother were like, and they were dressed as their OG characters from the comics.
It was freaking great. It was
Yeah.
great. But how about the costume design for her as
Scarlet Witch?
Dude.
Oh hell yeah! I told because my 16-year-old daughter, she was with me when we watched the entire season.
Mhm.
I had already watched it, so I rewatched it with her. I go, oh my god, her outfit is so fucking badass.
It's perfect. It's perfect. And what I kind of do like about
your Spidey senses all tingly?
what I kind of like about it though was that it was sexy without being slutty. Like they managed to do the sexy, strong, confident without being slutty and everything exposed.
And then to switch back to Justice League, a lot of people said that they liked this Zack Snyder's Wonder Woman better because she is an Amazon warrior, not some
Fashionista.
trophy thing on the side.
Yeah. And dude,
and I just like that because they in the original one they were like, oh, all your people, Steppenwolf was like, oh, all your people are dead. I was like, huh? So
right.
we got to see the whole thing, all of that.
We were like an hour. We watched it in like 1 hour spots, and and like every hour we're like, what? There was maybe 5 minutes of footage from the first movie.
The first
in there?
30 minutes, there was like maybe 5 minutes of the first one.
Yeah, and
I love the backstories.
Especially Cyborg, he almost got cut out completely from the first one, and that's why he quit.
Yeah, and it sucks because having Zack Snyder to put out this version, this is the version that should have been put out, and this is the version that should have been put out, and it would have had Cyborg still in the series, because now we've got Doom Patrol that's gonna have to do without Cyborg.
Now, how are they gonna do that? They'll probably still do it because it was before.
Maybe, or not even Doom Patrol.
Really.
Titans.
Yeah, that's
Titans.
But it crosses over with Doom Patrol.
On a side note, have you seen Umbrella Academy?
I've seen bits and pieces with my daughter. Let's put it this way. she watches so much. One, she watches a bunch of anime. Two, she'll watch like the superheroes and all this and all that. And I only watch it when she watches it.
Right.
And,
I dragged Brandy into watching Umbrella Academy, and then we got stuck. But one of the main characters is going to be interesting to watch any further seasons of that show.
Because it was Ellen Page, but now is
Elliot
Page.
Elliot Page.
But I don't want to say he, she, because that's so disrespectful.
Right.
But he said he's still going to play the role as the female.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, so you're going to have a
Because
trans
she's not
man.
really big-chested to begin with, and she's always
No.
binded down and always been tomboyish in almost every
Right.
role.
But now you're going to have a trans man dressing in drag to play.
Well, she wasn't wearing girly clothes in Umbrella Academy anyway.
True. It is true. I mean, I think it's just going to be an interesting thing to watch. I think it's going to be one of those ones where I want to see how that's pulled off. Because he's not a girl. And flat out.
But I don't
it's,
think he is going to have do the testosterone or anything. He just wants to
I think
identify.
I thought I just read that she already had.
no, already
surgery
had
done.
surgery. Like,
She had top
it's
surgery?
gone.
Yeah.
Like,
What
he's
about-
a he. You
what
look
about
at
the bits and pieces
gone.
inside?
Gone. Like, full transition.
So not like our other friend who kept
Kept the insides. Because
Kept-
we actually have one friend of ours who's transitioned most of the way.
Yeah.
But he kept the insides long enough so that he could
because
carry
he
and birth a
wanted to
child.
have a baby.
Oh, okay.
And so he is, for all intent, I mean, if you ever saw him, he's a handsome stand-up guy.
I told him I'd do him.
Right.
I want him to know.
Yeah. I mean, you just, like, you see him and you're like, it's a guy. But
I would have sat on his face and wrote him like Seabiscuit.
except for the fact that he's the exact same height as you, maybe a little bit shorter.
So
like, he's got as much facial hair as you. But yeah.
yeah.
and exactly.
And
And
more hair on the top of the head, not like leather yarmulke man over here.
yeah. But no, Elliot Page is like full transition done.
No, I didn't like dig deep into this.
No, yeah, I read a couple of the different articles and he's full transition done. Like, you actually look at the new pictures. No, there's nothing there. It's not bound. It's gone. It's a slender, tall man.
Slender Man. Oh.
Well, I don't know about tall because I don't think Ellen Page was exactly
I
that
still-
tall. Huh? What?
I still need to see the movie Slenderman.
I won't watch it.
We did watch a documentary
We watched
about
a
Slender Man.
documentary about it because
Yeah.
I'll watch YouTube videos about it, but I've never seen the movie.
there's a documentary on Netflix.
Yep. There's a documentary about Slender Man.
Because of that.
That scares the hell out of my youngest daughter is La Llorona.
Not watching.
For-
no.
After she watched that movie, she no longer can sleep without having the light. Like, she'll turn on the bathroom light on all night long. It scared the hell out.
Yeah, no. She already sleeps with something on at all times, like a computer screen, a TV.
Yeah.
Something's got to be glowing in the room.
I cannot sleep in complete darkness. It freaks me out.
I can turn out all the
I
lights.
have to have some kind of noise, so that's why I always have a fan. Because to me, being in completely dark and no sound is louder to me than having a sound.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And
You know that sound that you get?
I think,
Yeah.
you know, and I may be speaking out of my ass here, but I think the science or the thing behind, and I'm always talking out of my ass.
And it never smells pleasant.
But I think the idea behind that is that it can cover a lot of the small sounds. So like when you have a constant sound going, like a constant like a constant whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna leave my fucking vibrator next to my head all night.
It would probably work, but the idea is that if that's constantly going,
Babies, you put them in the vibrating bouncer thing.
but the idea is that if that's going, you're not going to hear that in the front room because that constant. I know
can
it's
smell
freakish.
And hear a fucking ant in space.
No, you get China. Your daughter, the cat. We're talking about the cat. Can smell an ant in space.
Yeah, she can smell an ant in face.
I mean, it's
in face, in your face.
It's hilarious. I'll pull out a can, a sealed can, and I swear to you, she's doing this already.
And she doesn't look like regular cats where you just see their nose wiggle. It's like she's bouncing her head and analyzing the fucking air. Well, when we first got her, we were like, oh my god, I hope she grows into her fucking nose and ears, because it was like Barbara Streisand and that dude from the Mad magazine. She had huge. I can never remember his name. It's like Alfred somebody.
Alfred E. Newman.
So her ears were huge, and her nose was like Barbara Streisand. I'm like, she grew into them, but she can still.
Okay.
I make comments. If we could have trained her to be like a DEA sniff cat and sniff out IEDs and freaking drugs,
You'd be rich.
we'd be making money.
But okay, you can't remember Alfred E. Newman, yet you can actually tell me the name of Snuffleupagus' full name?
I only know it as Mr. Snuffleupagus.
She has a first name.
What?
He has a first name.
What is it?
Aloysius. He's Mr. Aloysius Snuffleupagus.
That's a fucked up.
Yeah.
And the Warner Brothers frog, his name is Michigan J. Frog.
Yes, I remember that one.
Yeah, and for anybody that doesn't know, that's the frog that does "Hello, my darling," "Hello, my baby,"
Yeah.
"Hello," yeah, that one.
And the scientist from the Muppet Show, his name is Professor Bunsen Honeydew.
Okay, what's Beaker's last name, or is that his first?
That was just his name.
That was just his name, Beaker.
And I can tell you the name of
for anybody, if anybody from San Diego or in the vicinity of San Diego, my youngest brother and his wife are going to be opening up a comic book themed coffee shop.
Oh.
It's going to be called Pal Coffee House.
Oh.
My brother is an independent comic book artist.
Cool. My nephew likes to draw anime, but he didn't do well enough in school to
Get into like an art school or anything like that.
My brother didn't go to art school. All he did was start drawing, and then he got better and better. And then one day he went and talked to an actual artist, and they told him buy a book of like all the muscles and how they're formed and everything.
Right.
And and he's all, if you can do that, then you're good. He's all, the guy even told him, everything I see is wonderful, except the anatomy isn't quite right.
Right.
And now, brother, he has his own version of Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. I mean, all the comic book heroes. He loves the Ninja Turtle.
And that's one thing I do notice, though. If you go between DC and Marvel, both series, they have repeating heroes.
Yeah.
They absolutely have repeating heroes. Or even villains. Villains, yes. Villains.
You said villains.
That's a southern thing.
No, them chitlins.
But
Chitlins come from where?
But you get, you get Batman. Okay, so
I am Batman.
Who's the direct opposite of Batman? I would say Daredevil.
And dickhead Batfleck played both.
If you think about it, because they did it back in the 80s and 90s, was when DC and Marvel crossed for about a month or so.
Right.
If you actually had to think about it, Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark, billionaires.
Yeah.
Right. And the only the only difference is that you got power armor. So, and there is, I can't remember what his name is. He just didn't take off as well in DC, but there is the power armor guy in DC. If anything, Cyborg would be the equivalent of Iron Man.
No, because Cyborg, it's his body.
Right, but it's a mechanical thing. It's a mechanical robotic thing.
No, we disagree with you.
Cyborg versus someone in Marvel. Oh my God, he's part of
Cyclone.
He's in the X-Men series, and he's from the future. He has a red eye.
Oh God, he was in Deathstroke, yeah. He was in Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they had Wolverine versus Lobo.
Yep.
Dude, they need to come out with a Lobo. But who would play him? Who do you think could play Lobo?
Huh.
You can't say Jason Momoa because he's already fucking Aquaman.
Right. No,
he would have been really good.
No,
and have Aquaman, the Submariner, Namor.
Yeah, Namor. But no, that would be a good question. Who would play Lobo? Already, well, because now they got the vampire dude. They got him coming out.
The vampire dude.
Morbius. Morbius.
Who's playing him?
Hey Google. Who's playing Morbius in the upcoming movie?
On the website Variety.com, they say, latest, Morbius, a Marvel movie starring Jared Leto as a biochemist who becomes a vampire, has seen its release date pushed back 2 times due to the coronavirus.
Hey Google, stop.
But he was in the ending part of Justice League.
Morbius is Marvel. He's doing fucking traitor. He's doing DC and Marvel because he's playing Joker and Morbius.
Did him dirty. His part was supposed to be bigger too.
Right.
Well, look at what's his name, Deadpool. He was Green Lantern.
Yeah.
No, and see, now the funny thing is,
he had to lobby big time to get them to agree to do Deadpool and let him be Deadpool.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah, he actually had to buy the rights. He bought the rights. He bought the rights. He owns the rights to Deadpool.
Reynolds?
Yes.
No shit.
He owns the rights. Well, he owned the rights. and then he sold the rights to Disney with the addendum in the contract saying that he still has control over movie releases.
Because they made him do that stupid Christmas movie and it went absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
He's like, my shit gotta be R-rated. I can't do this PG-13 shit.
Yeah, no. And if you know anything about Ryan Reynolds, I mean, like, you watch him from the movie Waiting. Dude. You know the movie Waiting, don't you?
Oh,
Nope.
God. Please watch it.
Please watch it.
You'll never treat your waiter or waitress bad ever again.
Oh, I never do.
Okay.
My
There is a phrase you are going to walk away from that movie with that will be ingrained in your brain for the rest of your life.
The goat.
Well, besides that. Or the Batwing. And the phrase would be, don't fuck with the people that handle your food.
I've heard that one before.
Oh, man. You watch that movie, it gives you, one, it gives you life lessons. If your kids haven't watched it, make them watch it. Two, it's absolutely hilarious. Absolutely. It is trademark Ryan Reynolds humor.
Oh, wow.
The whole movie.
Yeah.
I liked him in the movie The Proposal with Sandra Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
I like, what is the one? Best Friends?
But no, it's
The one where he's like really big and
Oh, yes.
yeah.
yeah. But you watch.
By the way, I sent you a picture on Messenger.
Venomverse.
Venom, yeah.
And
That's what my brother.
That's badass. That's nice. Very well done. But
Yeah, he, like I said, he throws his little spin on things,
mm-hmm.
and he's really good.
And you know that they've got another Venom movie coming out?
Are they
Yes.
still gonna use Tom Hardy?
I believe so. Because he's going to have to go up against Carnage.
Yeah. And he was an easy transition from somebody who played in DC.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't know that was freaking Tom Hardy until somebody told me when he was Bane.
Yeah.
I had no idea because his voice was completely changed and he was bald as a cue ball.
They put a voice box on him and it was just hilarious. I mean that speech in the Batman movie was retarded.
Yeah.
Speaking of Batman.
I am Batman.
I am Batman.
I am Batman. No.
Coming up, we've got Glittery Vampire Boy.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh God.
Robert Pattinson, he was the glitter boy.
Yes, Robert Pattinson is going to be playing Batman.
Yes.
Yeah, that expression is exactly how I feel.
Now, my only reason why I might be okay with this because I've seen the trailer and they dirtied him up. They grimed him.
You just like his glitter.
Did he gain
TV.
about 75 pounds worth of muscle?
Where?
No, he didn't. And here's the thing. Because and I've said this about every Batman movie. If you look at when the Batman movie came out, it matches the Batman of that era in the comic books.
Oh, okay.
You look at Keaton. He wasn't 75 pounds worth of muscle. He wasn't muscle bound. He was just Batman.
Yeah, and it was freaking produced.
He's another one that transitioned from DC to Marvel.
Yeah, but
Yeah, because what is he now?
Vulture?
Vulture. Yeah. He went bad guy. He went bad guy.
Yeah.
But Michael Keaton, the Batman that he was the 80s, 90s Batman. But you look at...
And the Tim Burton-esque.
Right.
Because that's what it was.
That's what it was at the time. And then you look at what it is now. You got, the Batman Returns. And then you get Batfleck. It's way more reminiscent of the Batman of today.
And you have CGI.
And you have CGI. I mean, they can give him whatever physique they want. But then they turn around and the Robert Pattinson one is from the series of Batman Year One.
Oh, okay.
So that's a whole different series of Batman.
Look like an Adam West type?
Yeah, it's Batman Year One. Which
okay,
it was grimy combat boots, ripped up bat costume, the goth version of Batman.
You know what I would love to see? I don't know if I've missed it, but I would love to see, like, how they always show different Batman outfits in like cases and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see the Adam West one.
Oh yeah. You know what I'd like to see? I think this would be like a great display thing to have in Vegas someplace. I mean, since we're here, might as well. Is to have like the Hall of Batman, and have like the original Adam West costume all the way through every iteration of Batman, including the Bat Nipples. But
George Clooney,
the George Clooney Bat Nipples. But
I mean, like, were you perpetually cold the entire time?
And
didn't they do it to the Robin suit and the Batgirl suit?
Yes. No, I don't think they did it to the Batgirl suit, but they did it to the Bat. Yeah.
Because it would be sexually non-PC, but they put fucking nipples on the other two.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just give her a fucking bat camel toe?
Damn.
Look at my bat toe.
Bat Knuckles?
Bat Knuckle? Bat Claw?
Oh, shit. Oh, that would be just wrong. Oh, my God. But that would be like a really cool display because like they have the Avenger Station here and I've told plenty of tourists around here. They're like, "Oh, what is there to do around here?" And I'm like, it may sound silly.
I don't know if they have
It's still there.
Really?
It's still there. But it may sound silly, but the Avenger Station, if you've enjoyed any of the Marvel Universe movies, that Avenger Station is badass. I mean, there's a picture of Bratty and I sitting on Captain America's motorcycle.
Oh, wow. You could actually sit on the item?
You can actually sit on it.
How much does it cost?
I'd rather sit on Captain America's face.
You would rather sit on Thor's face more than Captain America's face.
Obscene things. I'm so glad all the kids were gone. All the obscene things I did to the big cardboard cutouts of every.
Like we're in the lobby going up to the place and here's Bratty. I got a picture of her doing this where she's got her hand reached between Thor's legs and grabbing onto his ball sack.
No, I was helping him hold his new axe hammer thingy. I was holding his hammer.
You were providing support for his heavy sack?
I was his flesh jockstrap.
Wow.
I was his personal athletic cup.
I'm amazed you guys didn't get thrown out.
No, we were the only ones in there, and the workers are freaking laughing at us.
Yeah, the workers were laughing at us, and this is one of the things that happens to us all the time. Like we'll go into a store, and if you're with us at the register, you're just gonna want to run away because we make sure that anybody that knows us is embarrassed to know us, and we get people laughing at the register. Like we will crack completely inappropriate jokes and have the person at the register just dying. But
And then I get busted for sin. Like, I have been in the house for over a year.
Until today.
Yeah.
Until
today when I went out. I forgot that I wasn't FaceTiming with him and that only he could hear me because the lady sat down next to me, although she was 6 feet away, with her fucking mask under her nose. So I talked as if only he could hear me and I was on FaceTime. I was like, excuse me, it's supposed to go over your nose. And she heard me and I was like, do I stutter?
Because when I go shopping, because she hasn't been able to leave the house, I put her on the Facebook video call and have it set up in the shopping cart, so it's kind of like a first-person shooter. So she's got that perspective on the shopping cart going through the aisle.
So only he can hear me, and we've been doing this for a little over a year. So like when people are walking the wrong direction down the aisles, I'm like, "You're going the wrong way, fucker!"
I've got a constant commentary going through my head.
Oh my God, did she look in the mirror before she left the house? I mean, it's bad.
I mean, both
some of them are really deserving, and I'm like, you ain't got no mask on, cooties. Don't touch things.
I am both looking forward to and afraid of getting her to go shopping with me for the first time again.
I'm gonna forget.
Because she's gonna be going down the aisle because I follow the arrows. I maintain the distance between
and
people.
Then when he goes to
I
the
wear my mask
section,
right.
I'm like, oh yeah, grab that cucumber.
Or you're, I'm gonna order, I get the chicken breast from the meat counter,
and I always tell him chicken boobs, and one time he slipped.
And one time I slipped and said it.
Chicken boobs.
And the guy behind the counter, because they see me every week, like they know me at that store.
Yeah.
So it's come to the point where not only do they know me, they know that I'm on the phone with her.
Because they used to see me all the time with him.
Right. And then because they know I'm on the phone with her, they actually had somebody complain saying that I was recording them walking around the store, and they're like, oh, no. We know who you're talking about. He's not. I've been there so much over this past year by myself that I've started trading recipes with the fucking people that work there.
Oh, damn.
They know my order at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's when you know you've been there way too many times.
Way too damn many times. I mean, it's bad. But...
And it's funny because... when I would get out after midnight, I would go to Roberto's right near my house.
Mm-hmm.
And the same girl would be there Monday through Thursday, You
get her number yet?
And huh?
You get her number yet?
No.
I don't know if I believe you. He paused too long. That was 1 second too long because he was visualizing in his head. Oh, yeah.
I would love it. She's a cute. I won't deny it. She knows how old I am, okay, and she loves it. But
she wants your chorizo.
Oh, I bet.
She wants your firm chorizo.
But yeah, I would go through the drive-thru, and I'd be like, "Yeah, I would like a carne asada burrito, double the." She's like, "Oh, Jesse, hi."
Oh,
Right?
That means she knows your voice. She thinks of you and that burrito.
And it's funny because actually I get that. I have people that recognize me now on the strip. They see me as like, oh, you're that guy with the radio voice. And I'm like, I'm not sure if that's a compliment or an insult because, you got a voice for radio usually means that you're an ugly dude with a pretty voice. And because I play it up on the buses. I'm the one that gets on the buses like, Ladies and gentlemen, the very next stop you pull up to will be your best stop for the Fremont Street experience. And I just get people cracking up because I pull that voice and then they're like, I thought it was a recording. I've actually had some like, that's really you? Whoa. But,
I mean, I get the same. It's not my regular speaking voice, but I used to be a 411 operator back in the day. And some companies, like if they moved locations, they don't want it on their machine. They want an actual person to tell.
mm-hmm.
The call gets forwarded. And so this one was a long ass fucking spiel. It was like 3 paragraphs long. So the call comes in, the thing pops up on my screen, and I'm like, okay. And you can't pause or else the goal is they're not supposed to know that it's an actual person talking. But my throat was already scratchy because it was like almost the end of my shift. And so I'm reading the thing and I coughed. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. And they're like, whoa, no ways. It's a person. Holy shit, I thought it was a recording. I was like, sometimes you get recordings, but yes, it's an actual person talking to you. They're like, oh, should I start from the beginning again? I want to hear the whole thing. I'm like, are you fucking with me? I was halfway done.
Back in almost 30 years ago, when I used to work at Monkey Wards.
Montgomery Wards.
Oh, Montgomery Ward. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what I heard? It's the hearing. I heard Monkey Wards. I'm like, why are you fucking working at Monkey? Why?
That's what he said. Monkey Wards. Monkey Wards. That was it. It's like
Shut up.
Wendy's is trendies. Then you got Burger King is absolutely Booger Queen. And then you got
for me, I have Chez Jacques.
Oh,
okay.
Jacques in the box.
Yeah, no, it's Chez Jacques.
Jacques.
Yeah.
No, but
and then there's Toxic Hell.
Toxic Hell.
Yeah.
And
but yeah, back in the day, especially right around Christmas time,
mm-hmm.
we would have non-holidays. We would make announcements. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In a half hour, we will be closing, so please make your way to the nearest counter and make your final purchases. Well, back then, around Christmas time, especially that final week, we would have to say it almost 2 hours prior. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2 hours, we will be closing at such and such time. Oh, my God. I remember one time, not even 20 minutes before closing, a family of 10 coming in. Yes.
I would be like,
and
no,
I would be like,
no.
And I would tell them, you've got 15 minutes to get your stuff and, get to the counter. But you close in 20. Yeah. If you're not at the counter, when we
shut the registers down,
you're not going to be able to buy anything. So you got 15 minutes to grab what you need and get to the counters.
Yep.
Sure enough, 1 minute prior, and they come up.
Damn. See, and
it would take me 10 minutes to do their entire thing.
Right. Christmas season for retail just sucks balls. But
I hated working retail during Christmas.
Oh man. And then so one of the ones that I get the most people that complain about doing the strip, because I drive the Deuce.
And we're not talking Dookie.
Exactly.
He's a big rolling turd.
People complain about driving the strip because they get too many questions. I'm like, okay.
That's why.
I'm like, first off, that's just part of your job. You answer questions. You're a bus driver. That just goes with the territory. Suck it up, Butterball. Second of all, there's a way to get away from the questions. answer them before they're asked. You know, if you've done any of these routes long enough, you know what's going to be asked before they're ever asked.
Yeah.
You know how much abuse I got working at fucking TSA? Sitting at the exit lane, people coming up to me, asking me stuff, airline stuff. I don't work for the fucking airlines. I work for the damn government.
Right.
Asking me shit about flights and this and that. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you need to speak to someone
With American Airlines or whatever.
With whatever airlines. He's like, you're just a fucking stupid bitch. And I'm like...
And you know, I get some of that, but the nice thing is because I get everybody at the same time.
You didn't have shoes thrown at your chest the very first day you worked.
However,
the very first day I worked in the checkpoint, I had a guy throw his fucking shoes right at my chest.
My first occasion of having somebody spit at me was after we had the shields put up in front of us, so they spit on the shield.
Oh, lovely.
So at least there's that. You know, they waited. I didn't have anybody try to spit on me until after we have something to block that.
See, and that is, you know, nowadays no one's paying attention because they got their earbuds, headphones, or whatever, super loud. And just like yesterday, you know, I had a person in a wheelchair, and I'm about to put out the ramp, and this person I go, and I put my hand out like, hold on.
Right, and then they get mad at you for yelling at them. It's like, dude, I've said hold on like 15 times already.
Yeah. You know, and
like
he's like,
which ones you had yesterday that gave you the bird?
Oh, dude, yeah, no, I had like, because, okay, and this was really weird because, and it's always the locals. I only ever have problems with locals. Tourists, they're great. Yeah. Tourists are amazing people. And this feels really weird for me to say that because in Hawaii, it was the tourists that were always the problem. But the locals here are rude fucks.
Oh, yeah.
And they get on the bus and they're loud. They're obnoxious. And there's like a group of 8 or 9 of them. And then on top of that, they're like N-word this, N-word that, fuck this, shit that, motherfucker that, cursing and foul language. And they're being so loud that I can hear their entire conversation downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
So the security guard that happened to be sitting at Fremont goes upstairs and tells him, it's like, yo, you guys got to chill it out. You got to, you know, calm the language down because we can't have that on the bus. Well, they didn't get off until Tropicana from Fremont.
Damn.
When they got off, they called me a dick.
Because they and the officer were of the same race.
I've been called the N-word.
So have I.
I know, and I'm like, wait a minute. And unfortunately, you know, some of our coworkers, I'm darker than them.
Right. I mean, because
I'm like, damn,
you're at least brown skinned.
Yeah.
Maybe not dark brown, but you're brown skinned. You're Mexican. Okay, cool. But
you're a white boy.
I'm honky. I am white sauce.
And I am European Asian, which right now, from after being in the damn house for an entire year, I am fucking whiter than Elmer's glue. And with this
not the Gorilla Glue?
No, not Gorilla Glue. Not the Gorilla Glue. That's so freaking stupid. But whatchamacall, with this whole hatred movement, all these people that are attacking Asians, I mean, I hate to say it, I'm not ashamed of what I am.
But you're kind of glad right now.
I'm glad that you can't really tell that I'm half Asian.
Yeah. But okay, so we should actually probably end this because we're actually going a little bit over time. We've hit our hour already.
Damn.
So is that
we love
it?
Right.
Is that it?
So we're gonna go ahead and throw out our theme music here. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for listening to another episode of The Squirrel Tangent. If you liked what you heard, please check us out on the Squirrel Tangent, patreon.com/The Squirrel Tangent. Throw us a couple bucks. We really appreciate it. If you do, we will mention you on an episode. And check us out on Facebook. Just Google us. We're available anywhere. Share us with your friends. And thank you again for listening to The Squirrel Tangent.
Bye-bye. Bye, Karen.